Welcome back to the Cannabis Sommelier. I'm your host, Andrew Freedman. Thanks for joining me for another episode of Cannabis Edible Reviews. Today we're going to dive further into the interesting category of cannabis-infused beverages. There's a few cannabis-infused beverages on market in Canada right now, and I figured we should probably explore every single one of them that's available to me in Alberta. So today's was one of the first ones to actually hit the market, and maybe one of the more famous ones, I guess. It's the Houseplant Grapefruit Soda. And this is Seth Rogen's cannabis-infused soda. Which is interesting. Houseplant being made by Canopy Growth and Tweed. They're in Smith Falls, Ontario. A lot of turmoil and tribulation with Canopy Growth, the way that they've executed in the business, their partnership with Constellation Brands that was supposed to bring the most beverages to market and the best tasting beverages. If you saw the Deep Space review, you know they're definitely not bringing the best tasting beverages. I'll put a link right there so you can go check that one out. And originally, I heard that there was issues with the lining of the cans actually eating the cannabis infusions. So, it was interesting, especially with 2.5 milligrams of THC in something, you know, very, very little amount of actual cannabinoid content. These beverages cost $5.55 at Original Goods Cannabis. And yeah, for 2.5 milligrams, that's quite a bit. But what do we have here? There's 4 calories, 0 sugar, 0 fat, 2 milligrams of sodium. What's crazy to me though is that this beverage, 355 ml, is equivalent to 5.1 grams of cannabis, of dried cannabis. So you actually can't buy a 6-pack of these. You couldn't even buy yourself 15 milligrams. I've got it nice and cold. You can return it. Ingredients: carbonated water, distilled cannabis blend. It's got a TM on it. Vegetable glycerin, cannabis distillate, monoglyceride, soy lecithin, sucrose, monopalmitate. Potassium citrate, calcium disodium, EDTA, natural flavors, contains soy. Do not use if pregnant or breastfeeding. There's the duty seal. I think we'll crack into this. I have my ISO, my international standard tasting glass here. This is what you taste every single wine in, so why would I not taste every single beverage in the exact same glass? It is our standard. So let's crack it. There's our duty seal. There is our child-proof seal. Who makes these? Can Plus. Child-resistant can top. Patent pending. Whoop. Duty seal on. Let's give it a crack. Out of the can, it's nice grapefruit, kind of grapefruit sparkling Pellegrino aroma. Very grapefruit, kind of synthetic-y grapefruit. Definitely not like a fresh zest of grapefruit. Out of the can, the bubble, the petalance, it's quite tight. It's sparkling water. It's very familiar to a Pellegrino, a grapefruit Pellegrino. Very slight taste when I'm not smelling it. And at this moment, the grapefruit's dissipated, and now I'm getting a little bit of cannabis in there, which is quite insane to me, actually, seeing as it's only 2.5 milligrams. The fact that I do detect those cannabis flavors is weird. It is absolutely crystal clear. So pour that much in. Absolutely crystal clear. You can see it's a nice bubble. It's not flat like the other Tweed drink we had. It's bubbling everywhere. Grapefruit's a little bit zestier and more acidic now that it's in the glass. Relatable to like a grapefruit high chew. Still quite synthetic-y. Yeah, I actually think it tastes better out of the glass. A little bit more round. Grapefruit, I get to smell it a little bit more. But it does dissipate quite quickly, and if you really, really focus, there is a slight cannabis taste, a slight cannabis aftertaste, a slight herbaceousness. I actually really like grapefruit, but it's interesting to me that the flavoring in here doesn't come through and finish very long, where the other cannabis ingredients kind of are sneaking in on the backside. All right, well, if you watched the channel before, you know I never ever comment on effect. Why? Because 2.5 milligrams in general is probably not going to do anything to me. I consume a lot of cannabis, and so it's just not my place. You should know your dose, and if 2.5 milligrams is going to affect you, then this will probably be expedited. I believe it's nano-emulsified, but I couldn't find anything on the internet about the actual process, just that it's Seth Rogen's drink. There's 2.5 milligrams. It tastes like grapefruit. Very, very little actual information to be found about the Houseplant sparkling beverage. One more sip and then let's run it down. All right, so pretty good. All in all, I wish it had 10 milligrams of THC, 10 milligrams of CBD, but that's not who this drink is for. This is for a very bare bones, new entry-level cannabis consumer. 2.5 milligrams is the correct dose for somebody, so don't start diving in the comments saying, oh man, that's way too low of a dose. This is for a brand new consumer. For a consumer like myself, I would definitely like a heavier dose. I thought the package itself is pretty nice, I guess. It poured clear, it smelled good. The taste and the finish was probably the worst part. The taste wasn't bad, the finish and the aftertaste was the worst part. So on a grand scale of beverages, sparkling water, what this is, I would give it a 7 out of 10. 70 out of 100, 71.5, nah, 70. It's a 7 out of 10. It's 70%. It could be a little bit more delicious. The cannabis could be hidden a little bit more. I thought the bubble was really nice. I thought the smell was nice. The taste was all right. All in all, not too bad. For $5.55, if you're trying to get one, try it out, and make a decision for yourself, I would definitely suggest it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Until next time, cheers!
What's my name? What's my name? The Cannabis Sommelier.